In their latest update, Last Day on Earth has made it significantly easier to get the motorcycle. Don't get me wrong, it's still difficult, but what used to take a minimum of 2.5 months of high-level play now takes only 3 weeks. Today I'm going to go through each item required to build a motorcycle, all of the places you can find those items, and what the chances are that you will find them in those places. The easiest item is of course the backpack. You can craft it for almost nothing, or you can get one off the dead body of any AI player you kill. The next easiest is this group of generic vehicle parts. You can find these parts in any of the zones, and the bunkers, and the AI bases, and every type of event except the trader. So there aren't many places that you can't find them. And while it might seem to a new player that some of these are difficult to get, I promise that by the time you collect the more difficult items, you will be overflowing with these parts. Knowing this should affect the way that you use these resources. For example, the rarest of these 5 are rubber parts. One of the common mistakes I see in newer players is that they put their first 20 rubber parts in their motorcycle because they're excited about building it, instead of saving them so that they can build sewing tables as soon as they hit level 18. Sewing tables are one of the first steps towards high-level play in this game, and a lot of players go without it for days because they didn't save any rubber parts. When you are collecting these 5, first use them on upgrading your base, and then use your leftovers on your motorcycle. The next group is the 2 wheels and the chopper fork. You used to be able to find chopper wheels in yellow and red zones, but now both of these items are almost exclusively found in the underground portion of Bunker Alpha. There used to be a 17% chance of getting a chopper wheel in the yellow crate and a 23% chance of getting one in the red crate, while there was an 8% chance of getting a chopper fork in the yellow crate and a 19% chance of getting one in the red crate. After version 1.6, it seems like those chances have doubled. This will be really helpful for those of you lucky people that got the gas tank early but are still trying to finish those other parts. The gas tank is the most infamous item in Last Day on Earth because until recently it didn't even exist in the game. But that was never announced, so it took those of us who've been playing for a very long time months to figure that out. In fact, one could argue that it was this elusive motorcycle gas tank that first brought us survivors together into these communities we've created. Because of this, people love to create rumors about where you can find the gas tank. So far, none of them have been true, but I will continue to get my research team to look into every rumor I hear about. The only place that it is confirmed that you can get the motorcycle gas tank is in the red ticket crate of the bunker, and in this newest update, there seems to be around a 12 to 15% chance of getting it. But the gas tank is no longer the hardest slot to fill in the motorcycle. The most difficult slot is the 20 engine parts needed, and this is where I have good news for you guys. Before this last update, it would have taken you 2.5 months of high-level play to get those 20 engine parts. Now it takes less than 3 weeks. If you haven't done it yet, you can get 1 engine part by raiding this AI base, and then another one by clearing Bunker Bravo. After that, the best way to get engine parts is by doing Bunker Alpha every 2 days. This means getting as many tickets as you can and then opening the crates. Since update 1.6, it seems like there's a 45% chance of getting an engine part in the green crate, a 33% chance of getting one in the yellow crate, and a 50% chance of getting 1 to 3 in the red crate, though getting 3 is extremely rare. These are obviously rough numbers since the update just came out, but Bunker Alpha is definitely the best place to get engine parts. If you're having trouble with Bunker Alpha, I have 2 playlists on my channel that can help you out. If you want to be really amazing at clearing Bunker Alpha, I recommend watching the longer of the 2 playlists, even though the first few videos are out of date, because it will help you understand how the bunker and the tactics on beating it have evolved over time. Also, in update 1.6, they reintroduced the chance for an engine part to show up in an airdrop. It seems like the chances are somewhere around 15% or even lower, but airdrops are awesome even if you don't have engine parts, so I recommend watching my video on how to summon 3 airdrops every day. Alright, so that is where you get all of the parts for your motorcycle. Now some of you might be thinking that you don't want to wait 3 weeks and you don't mind supporting Kiefer by buying some engineering crates, which is fine. I think it's great to support Kiefer. But before you do, I want you to know that even in version 1.6, the chances are still extremely low that you will get what you're hoping for. For example, there's only a 1.7% chance of getting a gas tank, which means that even if you buy them in units of 10 to get the discount, you're going to be spending an average of $106 per gas tank. The chances of getting engine parts aren't much better. You will spend an average of $22 per engine part. Here's the breakdown of all the percentages thanks to my research team member Isaac Frizzell, who ran these numbers for me. Feel free to pause the video if you want more time to look at them. One more thing to keep in mind before spending money is that once you do, the healer will disappear forever. I have no clue why Kiefer set it up this way, and I imagine they'll change it as soon as they realize that it's losing them money. But this is important to note because one of the healer's abilities is Muddy Broth, which increases your chances of getting vehicle parts when you open crates. Well, that's it, guys. Hope that helps. I wish I could give you guys some of my extra motorcycle parts. Maybe someday they'll change that. See you guys next time.